Okay, so to answer the question, if managers should be allowed to become friends with their employees outside of the workplace, why or why not? I think that they should be. I think there should be maybe some guidelines, not necessarily rules, but some guidelines in place of that. I think that if they're, like obviously if it's a male manager specifically spending time with a female employee, I think that there can be some like boundaries crossed there if you're not careful. I think that if the manager is only spending time with a certain group of employees or like directing their time or their energy to that group, and then maybe giving them different benefits in the workplace or not, I think that's where it can get challenging, can get a little bit gray, and where some boundaries or guidelines would need to be in place. But I think just an overall general consensus with like some guidelines and boundaries really well, then I think that yeah, it's a good thing. I think that it's nice for managers to actually do this, to show that they care about their employees outside of just maybe their performance in the company or whatever, but also like if they were your friends. Like I think about, for me, like if I was a manager and I had friends that were working underneath me, or like other young people who I wanted to be friends with, and I would want that ability to become friends with them, to do life with them outside of just the workplace. And I also think it's like we're called to as Christians to like be in community together, and I like don't think that we're called to not do that. And so I think that managers should be allowed to do that. I think with all things in life, there has to be like some guidelines to it so that it doesn't just like go wild, and there can be some gray areas with that. But I think that if like the rules are followed and stuff, I think that it's a really good idea for managers to be able to have that freedom, for the employees to feel like they're cared for, and for those relationships to be built outside of just the 9 to 5.